Hey guys, welcome to Weekly Weird News, and this episode is sponsored by Mack Weldon.
All right. Well, folks, guys, it's cold out there. How cold is it? Come on.
Fan interaction, let's go.
It's so cold that over in Chicago, they're literally just setting the train tracks on fire. Apparently, when temperatures get down to like negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around negative 30 Celsius for the rest of the world.
It's cool because when the whole Earth is this cold, except for the southern hemisphere, they start to get close to the same thing, and we can all understand how cold it is.
Yeah.
I think it's when it hits negative 40 or something.
Yeah, well, when it gets down to that low, you gotta set the train tracks on fire because they're completely warped from the cold, and the trains can't run on them. People will die.
They light the parts on fire where the track switches, so they don't get frozen together.
I think it's also like the shape changes.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. Yeah, cold.
Fire, medieval technology,
Yes,
still working.
Yes.
Also in cold news, though, it's so cold that hell froze over. Hell, Michigan, specifically. Yeah, there's a town in Michigan called Hell, probably because of the cold.
They did it.
Anyways, meanwhile, over in Minneapolis, where this sort of cold is just a normal part of choosing to live there, one man's way of making the most of a hellish situation is through art. Specifically, he hangs up a bunch of jeans outside and molds them as they freeze, and then arranges his ghost jeans around his property like some sort of Levi's Stonehenge.
That's fun. Mm-hmm. Over in South Dakota, it's so damn cold that even the people in charge of protecting people's kids have clearly lost their minds, as evidenced by the fact that one school district made its official snow day announcements via this talking hot dog, which urged kids to stay warm at home with some Netflix, but no Fortnite.
What, they got a fucking ad deal with Netflix over in South Dakota?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, talking hot dog. I think they're going to play Fortnite.
Yeah. How cold is it, you might ask once more? Go on, say it out loud.
How cold is it?
Ricky and Elliot told me to do it, Mom. I told you I was asleep, but I lied. Anyways, it's very cold. Even down in North Carolina, everything's frozen over. Epic Games became real life, the frozen tundra of Fortnite. They predicted it. It seems like something that wouldn't go down well with the local gator population there. That's pretty far north for gators, but...
it's just far, and it's like the furthest reach.
They've apparently figured out a way around the last couple of million years to survive. It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've adapted. Anyways, what they do is they sort of find the nearest body of water. They submerge their bodies in it, stick the tips of their snouts above the water for air, and just wait it out. It's called brumation, and they can apparently do this for 4 or 5 months if need be. They're water bears.
This is how they survive all these millions of years. You can't kill them.
Calling gators water bears from now on.
Water bear.
Eventually, they thaw, and given how hungry the old ordeal must make them, it's probably a good idea of steering clear of these scaly boys.
Yeah. It's like bears coming out of hibernation. They're
very hungry, and they will eat anything.
And, I mean, it's pretty easy to avoid bears, but gators, they're everywhere. They're like giant, scaly rats.
They could be in your pool right now.
They probably are. Brumating. Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah, it's cold. How cold is it?
Say it again.
Well, people are dying, so pretty cold.
Yeah.
Stay warm out there, folks, please. And if your heater's not working, call your landlord, because someone died because of that.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Anyway, in other news...
Oh, and don't leave your oven open if it's gas.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, you can leave your electric oven open. I was reading about this.
Yeah.
And also another thing, people were putting on their electric burners and putting fans next to them, which... I mean, don't put your hand near it and keep the kids and animals away, but it works. But another tip was boiling water. Mm-hmm. Also adds the humidity, which makes it feel hotter in there as well, almost like a sauna. Just be careful when you do this stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't leave the oven open and then just be like, well, my 5-year-old, I haven't seen him in a while, but I'm sure he's fine. Learning life lessons, I'm sure.
Yeah, and trust us, we know what we're talking about. We're right there with you guys. It rained a little bit the other day. And
there was some thunder.
It was a real inconvenience for a couple hours. So, hey, we're all experiencing winter, folks. Solidarity, winter solidarity, all of us. In other winter news, though, being snowed in might suck, but something that sucks a little worse is getting trapped in some rich billionaire asshole's personal elevator for an entire weekend while he and his wife spend a weekend away at, I don't know, Martha's Vineyard, the Hamptons, some shit we never heard of. In any case, a 53-year-old housekeeper employed by billionaire investor Warren Stevens spent the 3-day MLK weekend trapped in this dude's elevator.
And she probably would have spent even longer there if not for a courier showing up to deliver some presumably very valuable and important delivery. The courier knocked, didn't get an answer, called the homeowner, and the homeowner called a family member in New York to go make sure the package got inside. That's when the poor, starving, severely dehydrated housekeeper was discovered and taken to the hospital. Anyways, what's extra messed up here is the woman's family didn't even think that it was weird that they hadn't seen her for 3 days, because that was apparently normal.
Oh yeah, she's probably just, she's at the billionaire's place,
Just
doing
laundry and mopping floors.
cleaning up his weird sex sheets. Yeah, anyways, we can only really guess at the various ways that this particular billionaire homeowner totally sucks. Aside from the fact that an inspection of his shitty elevator after the incident found multiple serious code violations. But his neighbor was more than happy to comment on the news in the absolute douchiest way possible. The clip that was posted to Twitter is cropped pretty tight, but we're gonna just assume that he started his statement with, well, actually, before he launched into, humans can last well over 72 hours without water and 7 days without over 72 hours without through isn't even close to the levels of human endurance. It's just beyond what we're used to because we've become so civilized that we've lost touch with our true strength.
And then he went to go run an Ironman.
Yeah, he was definitely on his way to fucking,
Tough Mudder.
Rich guy CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for
You should see how dehydrated I get when I'm on my Peloton. And I just forgot to grab the water and bring it with me. I gotta walk all the way over to the kitchen.
Fucking hardship gatekeeping is
Yeah, that's
real.
a bit
Just
weird.
why? You see it with this winter stuff, especially. It's like people in Chicago are fucking freezing to death, and then people in Minneapolis is like, "Oh, you think that's cold?"
It's like when we went to Winnipeg.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, you think this is cold? Yes.
Yes, it's very cold.
It's objectively cold as fuck.
Negative 30 is very cold.
Yes, I do think it's cold, and I think it's weird that you don't.
You guys have built subterranean tunnels
Yes.
to avoid it. So yes, you think it's cold too.
Yeah.
Why don't you get off your fucking car and go walk everywhere?
Get off your high horse and put your horse indoors because he's freezing.
The horse is very cold. Anyways, that guy was classy, obviously.
Yeah, very classy guy there.
But yeah, whatever. I suppose he's right in the sense that things could always be worse. Case in point, let's check in on North Korea. We haven't heard much about them since their dear leader conned our dear leader into agreeing to a big pointless photo opportunity in exchange for absolutely nothing. And yeah, living in North Korea still sucks.
Oh.
Surprise. Their ongoing troubles with basic stuff like not starving to death has spurred some innovation, though, in the form of clothing that you can also eat in case you're at risk of dying of starvation, which is going to be the stocking stuffer that maid gets next Christmas.
Yeah. Next time you're in the elevator.
Just eat your shirt.
The edible clothes were recently spotted in a North Korean men's fashion catalog that was released by the National Clothing Research Center.
That's a North Korean national clothing research center?
Everything is centralized.
Do we have a clothing research central?
No, we just have private businesses that, sell clothing according to, what people want.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, turns out just because you live in one of the most repressive regimes on earth doesn't mean you can't also look great while doing it. Among the various styles presented in the catalog, this page includes the caption, clothing made from artificial flannelette fabrics composed of trace elements such as high-grade protein, amino acids, fruit juice, magnesium, iron, and calcium, as clothing worn by people engaged in sailing, outdoor exploration, and mountain climbing, can be eaten to avoid starvation in the event that food has run out.
If you're mountain climbing or it's cold out, you're going to freeze to death after this.
But you won't be hungry.
Sure, die happy.
Yeah.
After eating an article of clothing that you sweat into.
Delicious sweaty shirt. Salty.
And then someone's like, oh, I got an extra one. You're like, I like my own musk, but yours is
That's
a little...
gross. I'm not going to eat your shirt.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Eat my shorts. Literally, you can do it. Bart was way ahead of his time. So anyways, that's nice. It also sounds like something that would be featured in the movie Snowpiercer, but cool, I guess. Again, rich lady or the lady in the rich guy's elevator probably could have used this.
Yeah.
She needs to order from the North Korean catalog.
Catch up, America.
Yeah.
They fixed this problem long ago over in the glorious best Korea.
Anyways, over in best Korea, they're dealing with their perpetual food shortage problem in other innovative ways, like requiring every person in the country to turn in 220 pounds of human shit per day to be used as manure. Now, sure, you may be sitting there thinking 220 pounds of shit per day is an absolutely impossible amount, especially for people who aren't eating much to begin with. And you may have a point, but please remember that Kim Jong-un has never actually taken a shit, so he's not really familiar with the process.
Yeah. How much could one person shit in one day?
200. I feel like 220 pounds is reasonable.
Yeah. seems about right.
People are probably shitting 400 pounds a day.
Yeah. Also, this is like an annual thing. So it's apparently a normal part of North Korean life to just stockpile your own shit throughout the year in preparation for the annual poop harvest. What's different this year, though, is the quotas are much higher and are seemingly impossible. And it's basically forcing everyone to use the backup option of padding those numbers with animal manure that they had themselves otherwise been using to farm, or just paying off the difference with cash, which has led to some people calling it a shakedown, but come on, guys, that's just hater talk.
And you know you're not going to fool the North Korean shit inspector.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to know that that's animal feces.
Yeah.
Look at all the grains in
It
this.
smells better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure that you just pooped a bunch of pebbles.
Yeah.
Do you fool me once? Anyway, speaking of agriculture and on to some other news. Has esports gone too far? Possibly. Because in what is possibly a psyop by Real Sports to make esports seem as lame as possible, the latest game to go pro is Farming Simulator, the inexplicably popular, inexplicably annual game where you do farm chores for fun, played by a lot of actual farmers.
Yeah.
And Angela Merkel.
Well, my chores are done for the day. Time to go inside and simulate a few more chores.
Last year, the devs, Giants Software, released this hilariously lame promo trailer for their new league, featuring competitors in virtual forklifts competing to see who can move bales of virtual hay faster, all to the sound of aggressive electro house music.
They could have chosen any music, and they just chose like.
Are they based in Germany? Because remember when we went to the Gamescom and Angela Merkel was there and enjoyed her farming simulator?
I know their fan base is overwhelmingly like German and Central European. I'm not sure the devs. I think the devs might be based there. I'm not sure.
Well, that would explain the aggressive electro house music.
Yeah. So these tournaments, they've been going on for several months, actually, featuring absolutely riveting gameplay featuring teams of 2 players, 1 mulcher and 1 forklift operator, working in tandem to stack as much hay as they can, while other teams simultaneously work around them doing the same thing. Yeah, just really edge of your seat stuff.
It's not that weird, considering they have like, I don't know, I'm blanking on the term, lumberjack competitions.
Yeah, but that's
like,
badass. It's like strong men just like destroying things with axes.
But think about that back when like people were actually just like chopping down trees with saws and axes. It's like, all right, can't wait to go play my favorite game.
But again, those are feats of strength.
Yeah, but these are
and endurance,
brain power, and endurance.
Well, anyway, so there's been a sort of casual farm simulator tournaments going on for a while. But while previously the prize pools at these tournaments was like just under 3,000 euros tops, Giant Software, they smell a trend, and they've now launched an official farming simulator league with a 250,000 euro prize pool.
Wow.
The one and only competitive event remains bale stacking, though they're apparently trying to desperately to figure out some other competitive modes based around farming tasks in the game. But for now, bale stacking.
Cool. Season 1 of the Farming Simulator League will feature 10 tournaments across Europe at various events including Gamescom and Paris Games Week, culminating in the championships being held at FarmCon 2020. Because yeah, there's a farming simulator community, and it's so robust and fanatical that they've had an actual convention for it for the last few years, and it features keynotes, tournaments, and actual real-life demonstrations of various farming equipment. Cool.
Yeah, sure.
It's like the first time I held that chainsaw gun from Gears of War. Wow, they did it.
Wow, it's real.
They made it. They took what was in the game and they actually made a thing out of it.
That's crazy.
Whatever. I mean, we may not understand any of this, but it's very wholesome, and it's nice to see a gaming community with such a huge age range.
Yeah, there's little kids, old guys.
Pretty much zero women, though.
Yeah, well. Anyways, doing stuff outdoors through a computer instead of actually outdoors, it's actually often much safer than going outside. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm okay with farming.
Farming equipment is very dangerous if you don't know how to operate it proproperly.
I don't know if I've told this story before, but when I was a kid, I went to a wedding in, I believe, North Dakota, in Bismarck, the capital of North Dakota, which, for a capital city, still basically a small town. And we were there for the weekend, and aside from the wedding, absolutely nothing to do. So we went to the only event in town on one of those days, which was it was the local mower show. And
hedgers and clippers and hedgers and clippers and...
Yeah, we went to the mower show, and whatever. But what really sticks out in my memory is the insane amount of people I saw who were missing hands and arms and feet and legs. It was a mower show, but unofficially it was an amputee show.
Yeah.
So farming, it's not a game, guys.
I wonder if anyone's actually become not like someone that's farming and then plays the game afterwards, but someone that's played the game like Microsoft's Flight Simulator and then became a farmer and like gets in and it's like, or like there's a farming emergency.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
I know
no.
what to do.
Bill cut his arm off in the baler. Okay, are you a bad enough dude to take over this giant John Deere tractor? And it's like, yes, I know the entire cockpit.
I mean, I can see it. Like, I can see the appeal of the agricultural lifestyle. It's peaceful.
It's essentially like resource management and planning. But
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I can see the appeal. I can see if you're some city boy, you get into Farming Simulator, and you're like, you know what? I want to do this in real life.
Green Acres remake.
Great. Yeah.
It's the start of the Green
Green
Acres
Acres
remake.
is the place to be because I practiced for this on my computer. Mm-hmm. But yeah, stay indoors if you don't want to get hurt. Take, for instance, this person handling this tiny little marine critter here, this little octopus. Who knew an octopus could be so cute and so docile? He's just petting me. Uh-oh, guys. Turns out that this TikTok video taken by what appears to be a Chinese tourist in Australia actually could have very easily become a snuff film. The blue-ringed octopus, while cute and small and harmless looking, is actually one of the most dangerous creatures in Australia, which is saying a lot, because Australia, as a whole, is just a giant death trap in the middle of the ocean that's filled with a million reasons for humans to stay the hell away.
And it's currently on fire.
Yeah. But Britain, they were like, oh, it took us 6 months to get here. You know what? Let's start a civilization.
Yep. Might as well.
Might as well.
Anyways, yes, these little guys, they have enough venom in them to kill 24 people. They're the fentanyl of sea creatures. There's also no antidote. It's a similar neurotoxin to what's found in pufferfish, and it causes immediate and total paralysis in the entire human body, including the lungs. So if you're stupid and unlucky enough to get bitten by one of these guys, you got just a few minutes for someone to start artificially respirating you through CPR or a ventilator, or else you're gonna die. Even more horrifying, you supposedly remain conscious during the whole thing. And
that's great.
If no one notices, you can't really scream.
Or you're just like,
hey,
look at him, he's having a great time.
Hey, 2015 called, it wants planking back. He's dead now.
Yeah. One particularly horrifying story about a blue-ringed octopus sting came via the Reddit post of the video on the r/Australia subreddit, which I assume is like just a survival tips subreddit. Mm-hmm. Someone there wrote about one bite victim who managed to get CPR in time, but, quote, they survived, but nobody had really thought about the fact that they'd been staring up into full midday sunlight for a couple of hours throughout the process with their eyes wide open, pupils fully dilated. Total paralysis, easy for the first aiders to not think to cover their eyes. Caused irreversible damage. They permanently lost their vision. Fuck.
Yeah, that sucks. At least you're not dead.
Yeah.
Also, a terrible way to lose your vision.
Yeah, and you're conscious through the whole way. You're like,
slowly.
Someone cover my eyes! Fuck!
Anyways, in order to survive a bite from a blue-ringed octopus, you've got to have a person or a machine artificially breathe for you for around 24 hours while you just sort of wait for the venom to pass through your body. Sounds like a bad time.
Yeah.
The good news is you can pretty easily avoid all this by just not picking up blue-ringed octopuses when you see them. Or just don't go anywhere in Australia and don't swim and a number of other things you shouldn't do there. Their first response is going to be to try to get away, these octopus. Their second response is to flash its built-in blue warning lights.
They warned us.
And then finally, a last resort is it'll bite you. Though you probably won't even feel it. Basically, you got to really go out of your way to get bit by one of these things. But sometimes getting that perfect viral TikTok video is worth it.
Doing it for the talk.
Is that what the kids say now?
I don't know.
It's totally not worth that, though. So just stay the hell away from Australian wildlife. Go to a zoo or an aquarium.
Yeah, zoos are great.
Yeah.
I mean, not... A lot of zoos aren't great. But,
a lot are very bad.
But zoos, at best, zoos are a pretty good compromise for not fucking with nature.
Dead set on seeing a dangerous creature mere feet away from it, then fine, go to the zoo.
If the choice is between going into untouched nature and just humaning all over it with your trash and your shit and your germs, or going to a zoo,
just go to the zoo.
Just go to the zoo.
Yeah.
It's fine. Anyways, now it's time to talk about someone who doesn't want you dead. They want you feeling comfortable, and their name is Mack Weldon. This week's sponsor.
Their name is Mack Weldon.
They are a premium men's essentials brand that believes in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping. They're betting that they're the most comfortable underwear, socks, shirts, undershirts, hoodies, and sweatpants that you will ever wear in your life. If they don't leave you fully satisfied with your first pair, you can keep it. They'll still refund you, no questions asked.
Yeah, they talk about how you spend a lot of time on the toilet and the bed in your life, but I venture to say you spend a lot more time in your clothes.
Especially you spend like 24 hours in your underwear.
So why not get
yeah.
some nice clothes and underwear?
Mm-hmm.
For extra sweaty boys and girls out there, Mack Weldon has a line of silver underwear and shirts that are naturally microbial, meaning they eliminate odor.
Yeah, just let it out.
Yeah, I bet Bruce wears these.
He probably does. I hope he does.
Nah, he wants to live in it. If you like living in your own scent and eating your own shirts, maybe not.
This is Mack Weldon is not edible.
No, it's not edible.
Not edible.
But it's very cool. It's cool underwear technology. Still coming up with it. Not only does Mack Weldon's entire line of basics look good, they also perform well no matter what the occasion. Work, exercise, going on dates, you name it. Sitting around, playing video games.
Yeah.
They just want to be on your body. If you visit MackWeldon.com and use our promo code WeeklyWeird at checkout, they're going to take 20% off the cost of your first order. Again, that is MackWeldon.com. Use promo code WeeklyWeird, all one word, at checkout, and you're going to save 20% off the best underwear, socks, and other items in your life.
Yeah, it's an easy shopping experience. I placed my order, and it should be coming any day now. Lots of colors to choose from. There's some great size chart, lots of pictures showing exactly what you're going to get.
The older I get, the more comfortable I want to be in my own skin, because it is aging.
Yeah.
And if I can have some nice undies,
yeah,
very comfortable, especially socks, man.
I go through socks so goddamn often.
I used to just buy those like bulk bags.
Yeah.
And now it's like, nah, they rip, they don't feel good.
They get stuck between your toes.
Get some Mack Weldon
quality.
Socks. Treat yourself.
Get some quality.
And you're going to get 20% off.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's a win-win for everybody. Go there, use the code.
Please.
Thanks, Mack Weldon, for sponsoring the show.
Anyways, time for some weird headlines from the past week, starting with a boy who was lost in the woods says a bear kept him company. No one can prove it didn't happen.
The boy who cried bear.
I choose to believe the boy was protected by a bear. So
he was very young, right? So it's
he was like 3 years old.
Yeah, so he's not, his first natural inclination isn't to lie.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty truthful humans at that age.
Well, they also have very elaborate imagination.
This was also in North Carolina, the state where the alligators.
He was a water bear.
It could, water bear. It could have been a gator.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the kid, he got lost in the woods somehow. It was not looking good for him because it was like 20 degrees out in his area, and he was out there for like several days. They found him. They're like, "How the hell did he survive out here?" He's like, "Bear helped me."
We sang songs together as we floated down the river.
Yeah, I mean, in the absence of any other explanation, because this boy should be dead.
Mm-hmm.
I choose to believe that a friendly bear.
Yeah.
Was like, "Hey, buddy, we're all about to go hibernate. What are you doing?"
The bear in the set.
Yeah.
I can't actually. No more singing songs. We'll get struck.
Yeah, can't do it.
But no. And his name was Mowgli.
The boy?
Yes.
It is now.
Yeah. Yeah. Buy a used controller. Get Fallout 76 for free at GameStop Germany. So sad.
Man, that's like.
They just did another patch recently where they re-broke a bunch of stuff.
Of course.
Yeah. Now even the most hardcore people that were like sticking up for it are now leaving. They're adding stuff in like March that no one cares about. It's a fucking mess. And like I had hope too. I'm like, they turned Elder Scrolls into something that is worthwhile. Maybe they'll do this. And everything has been bad ever since. So I really think that they've ruined everything.
But hey, apparently so few people want this that it's just the inventory's taking up space at GameStop. And if you're in Germany, you can get a controller for around, I think it's like 35 euros, and you get a free game with it that you could probably play once and be able to say for yourself, "Oh, that was not very good."
Yeah.
But hey, it's free. So,
Man.
Man drives through Pensacola Airport fence, does donuts after speeding across active runway.
Probably not the best idea. Was he being chased when it happened?
No, and he wasn't drunk either. It sounds like he maybe had like a psychotic break, or he was just like, you know what? It's either this or like doing something bad, like a school shooting. So I'm gonna channel my anger through just driving 100 miles an hour down the tarmac of Pensacola International Airport, do some donuts. No one got hurt. They're evaluating like which laws apply to what he did because it's kind of a one of a kind.
He did
thing.
so much, we don't even know where to start.
They're like, because I think it's like technically what he did qualifies under like terrorism laws. But
I would
they're
assume,
like, it wasn't terrorism.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna put this guy away for the rest of his life, but it was bad that he did it, and we need to find the appropriate punishment.
Yeah.
But yeah, Florida man, at it again. I bet it was fun. I bet it was fun as hell.
I'm sure he had a great time.
He did it his way.
Now, while we're still down in Florida, let's cover another Florida story. Florida Taco Bell evacuated after a fisherman finds grenade, drives to restaurant before calling 911. Oh, man.
There's a lot of steps to this.
I should probably, like, alert the authorities, but also I'm really hungry.
Yeah, so he's out, like... He was doing, like... It's where you attach magnets to the end of a fishing line to basically, like... It's like metal detecting at the beach, but with a
like how they pull bikes out of the canals in Amsterdam.
Yeah, but like for smaller stuff, I don't know. He found an old grenade, and he's like, "Well, I can't just not do anything about this. I have to alert someone." I'm going to assume he didn't have a cell phone, and he's like, "Where's the nearest phone?" Taco Bell, always a reliable restaurant, and empty stomach, catching nothing out here but grenades. So he goes to Taco Bell, and he's like, "Hey, I got this grenade!" And then they had to evacuate the Taco Bell. No one got their fucking food.
Gabe out there on his Harley again.
Yep.
That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, well,
You would assume if he has time to go to the Taco Bell, he could just Google a police station or a fire station. Loud
he
motorcycles.
can't Google anything because he doesn't have a phone. He's
Oh, okay, yeah. So obviously,
like,
yeah.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's right there. They're gonna have a
where we're
phone. Did he didn't leave it in the car? He brought it in.
He put it in his trunk.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, it would probably have been a better idea to just hide it in a bush somewhere.
Nah, then
drive
kids are
away
gonna find
and
it.
then be like, "Hey, there's a grenade down in that bush."
And they're gonna be like, "You're under arrest." I don't think there's a right way to go about it.
Yeah, I guess not. Pablo's Escoburgers restaurant draws backlash for name and for serving burgers with a line of fake cocaine.
It's so weird to me that he has such a, I guess, marketable name.
Well, this is also in Australia, which is like
They don't care.
not a lot of Colombians there. Like they're pretty cut off from.
And it wasn't
that.
like they were probably getting cocaine from there, but not like the United States.
Yeah.
But like with the Fire Festival,
but
it's on Escobar's Island. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, this guy who's like responsible for thousands of people dying and like basically the downfall of an entire country. Yeah, what a cool guy. Yeah, Pablo Escobar fucking sucks, guys.
Yeah.
He's not cool. He fucking killed people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them.
Yeah, go to Wahlburgers instead, where you can beat up old Asian men. Here's your burger, and here's an old Asian man to beat up.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg committed some hate crimes back in the day.
But now he gets up at 4 a.m.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, for what it's worth, the pictures of the burgers, they look really good.
Yeah, they're probably great burgers.
The fake cocaine is like garlic salt.
That's great.
I love garlic salt.
Just don't snort it, probably.
Yeah. Oh, and instead of a toothpick holding the burger together, it's like a wrapped up fake dollar bill.
Oh, that's cool.
They really they went all the way with the imagery. And,
Maybe if they had just called it Pablo's instead of Pablo Escoburgers.
Yeah,
a little less on the nose. Well,
yeah.
I
sort of like, I don't know if it's still around, but there was a.
Well, it says they drew backlash. Did they do anything about it, or they?
No, they're just like,
oh, well.
Sorry, mate, didn't mean to offend. Anyway, we're not going to change anything.
Yeah, good.
But there's a Chinese place in L.A., or at least was for a while, called like Mao's Kitchen. And
yeah.
That one also, I remember getting some backlash from, I don't know, people who actually lived through the Chinese Cultural Revolution and, had family members and, sent to labor
we just thought it was a cool name, but they did never change it.
No, they didn't.
They did go out of business, though.
Oh, they did?
At least in Melrose, they did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, good.
New Mexico woman says she keeps getting pea-covered baloney from strangers.
What's that on my doorstep?
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. But apparently where we're filming is now a racetrack.
It's weird.
We're coming to you live from the Daytona 500 here.
Sunday.
Fucking hell.
Anyways, yes, is she that much of a baloney expert to know the difference between regular and pea-covered?
Well, so she says, and it wasn't just her, she said it's like her whole neighborhood kept getting these little like sandwich bags with like a bunch of bologna and some bread on their doorsteps for like weeks and weeks and weeks. And she's like, she opened one at one time and she smelled it and she's like, oh, that's definitely piss.
Yeah.
there's piss in there.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, one of the neighbors hates it so much they're moving out. Like, I can't handle any more of this bologna. I've had it up to here with this god dang piss bologna.
Well, I hope they find the culprit.
Yeah.
Probably the local superintendent or
The
something.
cops are like, we can't do anything about it unless you catch them in the act.
Don't you guys have the DNA testing? Yeah, lady. Yeah, we'll test it.
We got top men working in shifts on this one. We're gonna find the baloney pisser.
Yeah.
Arkansas teen admits trying to steal jet to go to rap concert.
Another thing that could be a serious crime if you're dealing with an airport.
Yeah, he hopped the fence, ran onto the tarmac, got into a small.
I bet he
singlet.
played Flight Simulator.
No, see the cops they asked him, they're like, what was your plan here? He's like, I don't know, planes, you just pull like levers and stuff.
It's like, don't these things just fly themselves these days? You pull back, you push forward, the rest does it all.
So it sounds like if he'd actually got the thing going, it would have been like that guy who remember the guy who stole the plane and then ended up dying because he had no idea how to land it. So probably good that it didn't work out. He wanted to see that guy, Famous Dex, one of those hot new rappers that all the TikTok kids love.
I guess. Must be good if you're going to steal a jet to go see him.
All I know about Famous Dex is that him and Soldier Boy were cussing at each other on Instagram
Oh, that's
Live.
okay. Yeah.
That's all I know about him.
Yeah. Cool. Stripper turned pharma executive gave doctor a lap dance to get him to prescribe drugs, officials say.
Yeah, it's
Was this a sting operation?
no, this was like it's a lot
Wait,
of people.
hold on. To prescribe her some drugs or
No,
to prescribe the drugs that she represents?
She worked for a pharma company, and their main product was a aerosol fentanyl spray that you just like spray into your mouth for a quick fix. And
How could that go wrong?
She was like really putting on the all the stops to get this doctor to really push their product, and that included like going out to clubs and basically like giving him lap dances and stuff, allegedly.
And then he was like, just a lap dance? Hey, you got anything to cure blue balls?
Yeah, there's like multiple court cases right now with these fucking fentanyl pushers, and I hope they all get completely fucked because from what I've read so far, yeah, they were there's a lot of shady doctors in this country, and they found them all, and we're just like, give as much of this shit to your patients, your customers as you can.
We need to do like the UK's doctor analysis.
Yeah,
It should have been done after Malachi Love Robinson.
yeah. I mean,
The doctor audit.
Malachi Love Robinson, obviously not great what he did, but he never gave someone like drugs that have been known to be very, very
He was a
dangerous.
taker, not a giver.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, I hope they all go to jail.
Yes.
Forever. Minnesota man arrested after allegedly holding meth-fueled death party for wife before she died.
And he looks exactly how you think he would.
I had to really fact check this one because it looked like one of those fake stories from like World News Daily Report, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. But it's real, and there's so much more to it. The guy's name is Dwayne Johnson,
Nice.
which is perfect.
Yeah.
So the wife, she was like terminally ill or something. She was in a hospice, and she's like, honey, get me out of here. I want to die with you, and I want to have a great time. So they did.
And I got no energy.
Yeah, they did like a 3-day meth binge. They fucked right before she died. And then he called like 911 like a few hours later. He's like, the wife's dead. And then they showed up. And when they were coming up to the house, he ran out naked. He's like, she's dead! And then he ran away and went in the bathtub, and they were like, what the fuck is going on? They found her. They found him in the bathtub. He was like scrubbing at imaginary bugs that were crawling all over his body.
This all sounds fine to me.
Yeah, normal country.
No. I'm saying like this is fine. Like he should be able to do this for his wife if she's in hospice.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Like it's like you get a last meal on death row.
Yeah, I
you should get a little bit more.
I mean,
if you haven't committed an atrocious crime.
I think he should probably get sent to some drug treatment because it sounds like he's got a problem. But
well, maybe he was just doing it because he wanted one last buckfest with his wife.
I mean, it sounds like she died the way she wanted to, which is that's all anyone can really ask.
I will guarantee this. She died happier during this meth-fueled death party than she would have in hospice surrounded by nurses and people that are just like waiting to clean her body up.
Yeah, no, if I'm ever in that situation, I'm gonna find a way to get some black tar heroin and just shoot it directly into my veins.
Yeah.
Just go out that way.
Just go shoot stuff in the desert while you're high on meth.
Yeah.
Listen, I think this is a cool crime to me.
Yeah, it's cool enough.
Yeah, it's a cool crime.
I hope he's not in trouble.
Yeah, he does. I hope he doesn't go to jail for a long time. He's already lost his wife.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's had a rough week.
But also, when you said death party, I figured they invited a bunch of friends over too.
I mean, I'm sure people were coming in and out.
Meth dealers.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Go nuts.
Go nuts.
Here's the thing.
It's your funeral.
Yeah, it literally is. The fact that she was in hospice first, makes it okay. Like she's
gonna die.
Yeah, she's going to die within a week or two.
Yeah.
Go wild.
Yeah.
And it was probably great for her. Well, it's not great to die, but if you're gonna die, like
die doing what you love. And in this case,
meth. Don't take our advice.
Dun, innocent.
Innocent in the cool court.
But here's a guy who's not innocent. Man shoved his face into women's butts at shopping center, North Carolina, cops say, after arrest. Again with the North Carolina. Temperatures drop to the 20s. People lose their goddamn minds.
Mm-hmm.
So the way he did it, he'd be in like the Walmart parking lot, like pretending to tie his shoe next to like the cars where people walk. And then when a woman would walk by and he'd judge her butt to be of optimum quality for his taste, he'd come up behind her and grab her and go, and he did this to like multiple people. He like really got in there. Apparently his tongue was out. He was sniffing. Anyway,
seems like a pretty easy person to catch.
Yeah, he was. He did it to a bunch of people, and they were like, "Yeah, it's that guy over there. He's waiting for his next butt victim." That's the guy.
It's the one down there on the ground.
Sir, we've received reports of you shoving your face into the crack between women's buttocks cheeks and moving your tongue around and sniffing and going, "I love eating ass."
And his name was Shibby.
Yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, what can I say? Guilty as charged. I love eating booty."
Cool.
Anyway,
not cool. Not cool.
The sexual assault, technically.
Yeah, no, it is definitely is.
I'm sure it was a very bad time for
everyone involved except for the guy. But at least it was easy to arrest, and he's behind bars.
Yeah,
potentially.
And there's plenty of ass there too.
Yeah, sure. I killed somebody that I didn't even know. Hospital let woman pull the plug on wrong man. Lawsuit claims. This was a. Imagine. Could you imagine for a moment that? First of all, you have to put one of your loved ones. You're given the task. Apparently, you want it. It's something that people like to do. They want to be the one to do it, not some nurse or doctor.
I mean, if I have to, can I? Wait, where's the plug? No, you don't literally pull the. But can I just pull the plug?
Can you just give me a plug and you press the button at the same time?
He's dead, and it was all me. Legal.
Ma'am, he's alive for like 10 seconds. Anyways, so imagine that you are a normal person who doesn't want to murder a loved one.
It's a tough decision to make.
And so you have someone who's dying that you love very much, and you're already dealing with the emotions of that.
Yeah.
And then you accidentally kill someone else's loved one.
Yeah, the details of this are especially like absurd. Like, aside from the extremely morbid aspects of this, like, if I saw this in like an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I'd be like, amazing.
That Frank Reynolds is crazy.
But yeah, so what happened is like, so this woman's brother none of the family had seen him for a couple weeks. They get a call from the hospital being like, your brother's here. He's on life support. You need to come down here. So they go down. His face is all covered in like breathing shit. And they're like, I don't know, it doesn't really look like him, but like, you know, maybe his face is all puffy from whatever happened to him. And this goes on for like a week. Like their family's coming in from like out of state to like say their goodbyes and shit. Finally, they're like, all right, well, if we're going to harvest the organs, we got to pull the plug now.
Wait, so where was her brother?
Okay, so...
Hold on.
So they pull the plug, and then like another fucking like week goes by. There, at this point, they fully believe their family member is dead.
Don't say it, Elliot. Don't.
So a week goes by, and the hospital calls her up and's like, hey, so here's the thing. Your actual brother, he's been in Rikers Island this whole time. He went to jail and just didn't tell anyone. So he's been in jail. And it turns out a homeless man with the same name as him and whose appearance kind of matches what he looks like got admitted to the hospital. Your brother had already been here, so we had his...
Good news, though.
Yeah.
Your brother's alive.
So yeah, the brother had been to that hospital before, and so he had records with them. And so the sister was listed as his like emergency contact. So when this completely different person with the same name and a somewhat similar appearance got admitted, and they were like, what's his name? Like, okay, look him up. All right, cool. Call up the next of kin. That's it, yeah. So the brother's completely oblivious to all this. He's over in jail and he's like, man, how could my life get any worse? I'm in jail. And his sister's like, I got a story for you. Where the fuck have you been? Because we thought you were dead. We were getting ready to give you a funeral.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And like they would have like probably paid for the whole funeral and everything. And
Yeah.
gone through with it.
But man, like,
sucks to be that homeless guy.
you get to basically experience like
well, so
the
technically,
resurrection of Christ here, but in real life, like all the emotions attached to it.
so here's the. Let me try to find some silver linings.
Okay.
There's one.
Really makes you appreciate the life you got, right?
The brother's alive. That's got to be a relief.
Yeah.
Two, it's not like they had mixed up the folders in front of the bed.
No, the brother was not even.
No. But what I'm saying is, it's not like they mixed up the folders where
No, that
like,
would
one
be bad.
One actual person was going to die anyway, and then this poor homeless man wasn't going to die, but like he's just in for an appendix, getting his appendix out.
That
and
yes,
they shut him down.
That would be
So
worse.
here's the thing: the guy was gonna die anyway.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
I'm just replaying what probably happened in her head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now she has a job at the hospital. Just
No, now
Going forward.
she's suing them for
Yeah, of course she
severe
is.
emotional distress.
yeah.
And the hospital's like, yeah, I don't know. Our lawyers don't really think her case has much merit. We'll see you in court, lady.
We need to take this to the court of public opinion.
Yeah,
because guilty.
Yeah, no, you. This is pretty like unconscionable
And pretty cut and dry. I mean, it went on for a week. It's
you gaslit an entire family into believing a family member theirs was not only on death's door, but they had to personally make the decision.
and then you gave them the responsibility inadvertently of killing someone they didn't even know.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing, when the brother finally got caught up on all this, he's like, "Wait, so you were gonna kill me?" And then it's like, so she had to explain. She's like, "No." He was like, she had to explain that.
There was no
Like,
coming back. It was
yeah, but like he was initially like pretty mad at her for like saying.
But did she explain that they don't just do that?
He didn't know, and she said it was like, "Okay, I made him understand." All right, I get it.
This is the. I hope she wins this case.
Some real hijinks happening at that hospital.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on at this hospital? What is this, Scrubs?
Yeah.
Jesus. Fucking Christ. We gotta end it there.
Yeah,
At the end of the episode.
End it. Turn it. Shut
I've
it
been,
down.
I've been on an emotional roller coaster here, and I'm about to sue the hospital.
Yeah,
I've gone through
I
my
have
life.
had some emotional distress learning about this because now I'm like, should I get a tattoo of my like name and contact info like written on my face?
No, you get the chip in your body, they scan it.
Oh yeah, like dogs.
Mhm.
Dogs solved this problem years ago. We should learn something from dogs and cats.
We had to just wait for it to be humane
Yes.
enough
Yeah.
for humans. Okay, so
MacWeldon.com.
Yeah.
Promo code Weekly Weird. Buy
Get-
you some shorts.
get whatever you want over at MacWeldon.com. Use our promo code.
Get some new
20% off.
draws.
There's a link right down there to make it really easy for you.
Yeah.
If you need some eye bleach, we don't have too much of it. because our other episodes are weird too. Watch the newest episode of News Dump where Ben Affleck not going to be Batman anymore. But the best part is that we invent a cool video game in the episode.
Yeah.
And then we got an update on Fire Festival, which features some news about the blowjob guy. See you next
Blowjob
time.
King.
I'd rather not be known as that.
Well,
See you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye.